Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are diving into something incredibly empowering and honestly, surprisingly simple, which is how to register to vote online in Colorado. If you've ever felt like participating in an election is this daunting task just filled with red tape, well, I have some great news for you. We're going to break down exactly how you can establish your voter eligibility without even getting up from your couch. By the time we're done here, you are going to feel completely confident, totally prepared, and ready to participate in our democratic process.
Here is a quick look at our agenda for today. Think of this as your complete toolkit from couch to ballot box. We'll start with an introduction to voter registration in Colorado, move on to eligibility requirements, then gathering necessary information. After that, we'll walk through the step-by-step online registration process, cover checking registration status and making changes, and wrap up with important deadlines and tips.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, Introduction to Voter Registration in Colorado.
So, I want to start off by asking you a crucial question. Are you ready to make a real impact in the upcoming election? Because registering to vote is literally step one in making your voice heard on both a local and a national level. Whether you're a first-time voter, maybe you just moved to the state, or you're simply someone who needs to update an old address, securing that voter registration means you get a direct say in the policies and the leadership that shape your daily life. It's the ultimate tool for civic empowerment.
And you know, Colorado's system is honestly amazing. It is an all-mail voting state. That means every single active, registered, and eligible voter just automatically gets a ballot delivered right to their mailbox weeks before Election Day. You can literally research candidates while sitting at your kitchen table, fill out your ballot on your own time, and then just mail it back or drop it off. But of course, none of that magic happens unless your registration is accurate and active.
Moving right along to Section 2, Eligibility Requirements.
Before we even open a web browser, we need to make sure you actually qualify to register. The basics are pretty straightforward. You've got to be a U.S. citizen, you need to be 18 by Election Day, and you must be a resident of Colorado for at least 22 days before the election you want to vote in, which, let's be honest, is just about enough time to finally unpack all your moving boxes. Keep in mind when you register, you are declaring this as your sole legal place of residence, and the system does require you to affirm these facts under penalty of perjury, which is just a strictly enforced mechanism they use to ensure the integrity of the voter rolls.
Now here's where it gets really interesting, the edge cases. First off, Colorado is super proactive when it comes to youth engagement. Did you know 15, 16, and 17-year-olds can actually pre-register? Yep, that means the exact moment they turn 18, they are automatically ready to cast a ballot. Also, there's a really common misconception out there regarding the justice system. In Colorado, if you are currently serving a sentence of confinement for a felony conviction, you cannot vote. But the very second you finish that confinement sentence, even if you are still on probation or parole, your voting rights are immediately restored. You completely maintain your eligibility to vote.
Let's look at Section 3, Gathering Necessary Information. So, what do you actually need in your hand before you start the online process? To use the govotecolorado.gov portal, having your Colorado ID, like a driver's license issued by the Department of Revenue, or just the last 4 digits of your Social Security number is totally mandatory. The state relies on real-time database syncing. So, when you punch in your driver's license number, the electoral system instantly pings the DMV to verify your identity and pull your digital signature.
Now, if handing over that info makes you a little nervous about security, let me put your mind at ease. Colorado law strictly protects your personal information. Your highly sensitive data, stuff like your full date of birth, your Social Security number, your exact digital signature, that's all legally classified as confidential. It is totally exempt from public records requests. On top of that, the tabulation equipment that actually counts the votes is air-gapped. That means its wireless capabilities are permanently disabled, so it can literally never be connected to the internet.
Which brings us to Section 4, the step-by-step online registration process. Going online to govotecolorado.gov is going to guide you through 4 super logical phases. It kicks off with a quick screening phase, where you'll just swear you meet the basic requirements we talked about. Next is identity verification, where you input your ID. After that is the demographic phase, where you provide your basic info and an email address. Finally, there's the signature verification phase. The system links it all together by hunting for your digital signature on file with the DMV. If they find it, boom, you're instantly registered. If they only have your Social Security number, they'll just mail you a form to return your physical signature, or you can even use a secure electronic portal called Colorado eSign to upload it.
But hey, what if you hit a roadblock because you don't have the standard IDs?
No worries at all, you can absolutely still register. You'll just need to use a paper form and an alternative ID, like a current utility bill, a bank statement, a valid U.S. passport, or even a student ID card from a Colorado college. You just print the form, fill it out, toss in a photocopy of that alternative ID, and return it to your county clerk by mail, email, or fax.
Okay, moving to Section 5, checking registration status and making changes.
Once you are registered, you kind of need to maintain it, right? Especially if you move across town or across the state. The Go Vote Colorado portal is your central hub for all these little maintenance tasks. Colorado is actually very diligent about maintaining its voter rolls. If a piece of mail is returned as undeliverable to your address, your status might get marked as inactive, which means a ballot will not be sent to you automatically. But you can jump online 24/7, click Find My Registration, and update your address instantly. You can even set up a temporary mailing address if you're a college student living on campus, or maybe a snowbird escaping the winter cold.
I do want to highlight one absolutely crucial exception, though. If you are a confidential voter for safety reasons, your data is completely removed from the online system. That means you must handle your updates directly with your county clerk. This is a vital privacy protection for survivors of domestic violence, stalking, or sexual assault. If this applies to you, your records are fully redacted from all public lists, and you will manage your voter registration entirely through physical paperwork just to guarantee your absolute safety.
Finally, let's talk timing in Section 6, important deadlines and tips.
We've got to talk about the ticking clock, because missing a deadline means missing your chance to vote. Here is your critical countdown. For the upcoming November 2026 election, you need to register online at least 8 days prior to ensure a ballot is actually mailed to you. That means taking action by late October. If you use a third-party voter registration drive, they've got a 22-day deadline. But here is the absolute beauty of Colorado law. If you somehow miss every single mail deadline, you can literally walk right into a voter service and polling center up to 7 p.m. on Election Day, register in person, and vote right then and there. No way you're missing out.
Here are a few pro tips, especially if you're a first-time voter, to make this whole process completely stress-free. First off, I highly recommend providing your email address during registration. It stays completely legally confidential, but it allows the state to send you tracking updates. You'll know exactly when your ballot is printed, when it's mailed, and when it's officially counted. It gives you incredible peace of mind. Also, register early and do your research ahead of time so you're not scrambling at the last minute.
Just a quick heads up, while this explainer covers all the current regulations as of August 2026, you should always double-check the official state website for the absolute latest updates. Election laws and specific calendar dates can shift a bit from cycle to cycle. And honestly, your local county clerk's office is always your best, most authoritative resource if you have any super specific questions.
So, we've gone through the whole shebang. The system is secure, the steps are incredibly clear, and honestly, doing this online takes less time than making a cup of coffee. Head over to govotecolorado.gov, follow the steps we outlined, and take your rightful place in the democratic process. Thank you so much for joining me in this explainer. Now that you have the complete blueprint, what is stopping you from claiming your voice today?